So get ready for this one, because today we're diving deep into this place called the Prairie Triangle. You ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
It's this area in the Midwest that's known for some seriously strange events. Like, we're talking disappearances, weird compulsions, the whole nine yards. And we're going to try and unravel it all through a fictional story. It's called The World in a Glass Dome.
Really?
Yeah. Think we can find some truth hidden in the fiction? I'm a little skeptical, but definitely intrigued. What do you think?
Oh, I think absolutely. Even fictional narratives, they often tap into like real anxieties and beliefs,
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that this story centers around disappearances in the Prairie Triangle, and specifically this unsettling thing about people feeling compelled to walk in random directions, well, that speaks to like a very primal fear, doesn't it? Getting lost, losing control.
Totally. And the story kicks off by playing on that fear right away. We get introduced to Skylar. Her cousin Morgan has gone missing in the triangle. Skylar's reading all these creepy internet stories about the place, getting super anxious. And Morgan's just like, meh, it's all fake news. Talk about tempting fate.
Oh, yeah. It's like the universe is saying, oh, you think it's harmless. Let's see about that. And that's what makes the beginning so compelling,
Yeah.
You just know something bad is going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
And that when comes pretty quickly. So Skylar is determined to find Morgan. So she drives into the heart of the triangle, and even her journey to get there is fraught with weirdness. Like, picture this. She's at this rundown gas station. She realizes she left her purse in the car and is about to go get it when this random dude just pays for her gas.
Wow.
It's strange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just the act itself, though, is it? It's the way he does it. Like, condescending, almost like he's doing her a favor she should be grateful for. It's like, who is this guy?
Exactly. And it gets weirder. So she asks the attendant, Pat, about Morgan, hoping for some kind of lead. But Pat just shrugs and starts talking about all these missing people from the area. It's almost like disappearing is just a Tuesday in the Prairie Triangle.
Yeah, that's what really sets the tone, don't you think? It's not just that strange things happen. It's that they're so commonplace that people have almost become numb to them. The mystery is so deeply embedded in the place that it's become a part of life there.
So creepy. But here's the kicker, right? Skylar leaves the gas station and bam, she starts feeling this urge to pull over and just walk.
Really?
Aimlessly, like those very stories she was reading about talk about foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right? And it's that compulsion that leads her to this like ramshackle antique shop called Mom and Pop's Antiques and Miscellaneous. It's almost like the triangle itself is guiding her there.
Okay, but let's talk about the shop itself for a second. I mean, this place is straight out of a horror movie. Dusty, musty, with this creepy, lifeless clerk. I felt chills just reading the description.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And yet Skylar feels drawn to it, almost like she knows she'll find something connected to Morgan there.
Right.
Remember, this is before she starts experiencing that compulsion to walk. So it's not like the triangle is forcing her in. There's something else at play here.
It's like the shop itself is calling to her, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of being called, there's this one object that catches her eye. It's a snow globe. Doesn't sound too creepy at first,
But the way it's described, it's more than just a knickknack.
Yeah.
It's this intricate miniature village.
Yeah.
Like nestled inside the glass dome. Everything's perfectly still, as if frozen in time, which just adds to the overall eeriness of the place.
Right. It's like looking into a tiny, lifeless world. And that's where Skylar meets Sam, this kind of gruff, world-weary guy in the shop's basement.
Okay.
He's not exactly helpful at first, but then things take a wild turn.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What happens?
So they're both down in this basement, and suddenly, out of nowhere, they see these grotesque creatures emerge from the forest, surrounding the miniature village in the snow globe. It's like this tiny, contained world is suddenly bursting with terrifying life.
Wow. That's a what the heck moment, for sure.
Right?
Like, what is going on?
It's crazy, and it's this shared experience, this glimpse into the impossible that forces both Skylar and Sam to confront the reality of this, like, hidden world within the snow globe. So what happens next? Well, hold on to your hats, because things are about to get bizarre. Skylar gets this overwhelming urge to flip the snow globe over. It's as though she's being pulled into the mystery, becoming an active participant rather than just an observer. And that's a key turning point in the story. She gives in to this compulsion, and as she flips the snow globe, she literally feels herself falling, being drawn into the miniature world. I mean, talk about a portal fantasy trope. But the way it's described, it's so vivid, you can almost feel the disorientation, the fear. Like, you're falling right alongside her.
Wow.
And then, just like that, she wakes up back in the basement. Though something's different. The room is now circular.
Oh.
And Sam's standing there with a gun.
What?
I know. Okay, at this point, I'm like, what is even happening? It's like the rules of reality have completely gone out the window.
Yeah, it's our first real clue that things are operating on a different level now.
Yeah.
Skylar's not just imagining this world, she's somehow become a part of it.
And before she can even process that, this horrifying creature appears. I mean, we're talking raven head, bat wings, and this oozing eye that just, nightmare fuel for sure.
Yeah, that's awful. The creature itself is a fascinating symbol, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's this, like, amalgamation of familiar animal parts, but the way they're put together is so unnatural, so wrong, that it makes it even more terrifying. It's like a physical manifestation of the world's warped reality.
And before Skylar can even scream, Sam just shoots the thing. Dead. Like, it's chaos, but also kind of badass.
Well, it certainly establishes Sam as someone who knows more than he's letting on, doesn't it? He's clearly been in this world before, or at least knows something about the dangers lurking within it.
Right. And that's where we'll pick up next time. But here's the question. Why is this happening? What's the connection between the snow globe, the creatures, and Skylar's missing cousin? We'll try to unravel those mysteries in part 2.
Yeah, and we'll delve into the deeper symbolism of this miniature world. Is it a reflection of our own reality, with its own intricate rules and hidden dangers?
Oh, good question.
We'll find out.